Welcome to a new video. In this video we are going to talk about APIs. APIs are essential building blocks for modern software systems, allowing different applications to communicate and share data. In this video we will explore what APIs are, how they work, and why they matter. What are APIs? API stands for Application Programming Interface. It allows different software systems to interact in a standardized way, making it easier to share data and functionality. APIs can be thought of as messengers. They deliver requests from one application to another and carry the response back to the requesting application. APIs can be public or private. Public APIs allow third-party developers to build apps with your service, while private APIs are used within an organization. APIs are typically documented with a technical reference. This lists the available endpoints, methods, parameters, and response formats that can be used to interact with the API. How APIs work? In the first step, request is sent. The client sends an HTTP request with specific parameters and credentials. The request is received by an API gateway, which acts as a traffic cop for the API, routing requests to appropriate service. Service processes request. The appropriate service processes the request, generates a response, and sends it back to the API gateway. Response is sent to the client. The API gateway receives the response and potentially modifies or changes it before sending it back to the client. We are going to cover three different types of APIs in this video: REST APIs, SOAP APIs, and GraphQL APIs. REST APIs conform to a set of architecture principles allowing them to use HTTP requests to get, put, post, and delete data. SOAP APIs are a protocol for exchanging structured information using XML, and they support remote procedure calls. A newer type of API, GraphQL, allows clients to specify exactly what data they need and receive only that data in response, reducing network overhead. Why APIs are important? APIs enable integration. They can connect a variety of software systems, allowing them to exchange data and combine functionality. APIs allow for innovation and new opportunities. They enable developers to build on top of existing services provided by other companies, creating new value from existing assets. APIs enable modern development practices. They facilitate a modular, service-based approach to application building, which is more scalable, efficient, and cost-effective. API security concerns. Authentication and access control. Ensure that only authorized clients can access the API. Data protection. Secure sensitive data that flows through the API, such as login credentials, personal information, or financial data. Throttling and rate limiting. Limiting the number of requests that can be made to prevent overload or abuse of the API. Monitoring and logging. Track API usage, performance, and errors to identify and troubleshoot issues. Best practices for building APIs. Design with the client in mind. Consider the needs of developers who will be using your API and create an intuitive and well-documented interface. Follow established standards. Use standard HTTP methods and response codes, and ensure that your API adheres to best practices for RESTful design. Limit scope and surface area. Avoid exposing more functionality that is necessary and limit the number of endpoints and methods. Examples of popular APIs. Google Maps API enables you to embed Google Maps in your website and customize the map display and functionality. Twitter API allows applications to interact with Twitter and perform actions like sending tweets, following users, and retrieving data. Spotify API enables you to access and manage Spotify music data, including playlists, albums, and audio analysis. Stripe API allows online businesses to accept payments securely and customize their e-commerce experience. That was all for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.